Welcome PPP students to this video description of how to create an IRAC. IRAC stands for Issue, Reason, Analysis or Application, and Conclusion, and IRACs are effective tools which highlight important aspects of a court case summary in a clear and concise manner. PPP students will benefit from learning to IRAC a case because it fosters an ability to communicate the crucial points of a case to a multitude of non-legal audiences. In this video, I am going to show you examples of pieces of information I pulled from the court case summary to fit into each of the 4 sections of the IRAC that I used as an example in my textual instructions, which you can reference for more in-depth guidance. The first section of an IRAC is the issue. With the issue, we are looking for the conflict and relevant laws or rules to that conflict. This first example is information I used when formulating my issue. It discusses how minority children are being denied admission to schools for white children because of segregation, and how these segregation laws were justified under equal protection. However, minority children are not actually being equally protected. I also used a portion of Section 493, which discusses the question the court approaches about whether segregation actually upholds equal protection or if it deprives minorities of equal opportunities. From this information, I was able to formulate a complete articulation of the issue. In the rule section, we are mainly looking for the relevant laws that are most heavily discussed and relied on in the court case. While multiple cases are mentioned in Brown versus the Board of Education, the most prevalent ones are listed here, and I used this section of the court case summary to help me articulate the relevant rules to the case. Analysis and application is likely the hardest section to extrapolate from a court case because information for this section can often be found in various parts of a court case summary. Here I am showing you one section that was particularly helpful for me in formulating my analysis and application. This section essentially states that segregated schools do not give minorities separate but equal access to educational opportunities. Segregation negatively impacts minority children in many ways, thus hindering their ability to learn and grow. Looking for explanations from the court on why they are making the decision that they are can be helpful in formulating your analysis or application. Finally, the conclusion is usually not too difficult to locate. In this case, the court directly stated, "We conclude that." I found information from my conclusion in this paragraph, stating that separate but equal does not actually offer equal opportunities to minorities, and therefore it is unlawful. It is important to remember that information for each section may not appear in order. Be sure to review all focus questions for each section before beginning annotation, and be prepared to rearrange information for your IRAC. To test the effectiveness of your IRAC, you could give it to a peer or classmate, have them read it, and then ask them to explain to you the main points and outcomes of the case. If their rendition matches the actual court case summary, then you have succeeded in drafting an effective IRAC. Thank you for viewing this video on how to create an IRAC. We hope you find this information helpful in your future court case summaries.